to walk through how the calendar works on the new site. So you'll notice that the calendar appears in actually quite a variety of places. So we've got the calendar here at the top that'll be available regardless of what page you're on. On the home page, the calendar is automatically populating the next things that are coming up on the Mazama calendar. So you can see we've got Climb Leader Update, Advanced Rock is starting, BSEP is starting, BSEP lectures. The calendar is pretty limited right now as we're in the beginning stages of this, but obviously as we start to roll over more onto this site, the calendar is going to become quite populated. There's also a link at the bottom that's going to show the next few upcoming events. So if you've gotten all the way to the bottom of the page, you can still get this indication that, oh, I'm on a live site. There's data coming up. There's activities coming up. But if I click on calendar, I want to make sure you all understand how to use this. Currently, it's defaulting to activities. We think we're actually going to change this so it defaults to all because there's already does seem to be perhaps a little bit of confusion here. So we've got things in different buckets. These actually align sort of with what's up at the top here. So activities would include things like climbs and hikes and outings. Education is going to be BSEP and ski mountaineering and those types of things. Events would be any specialized events we're doing, like for example, the Dirt Bag movie that's coming up in a month and a half. Even though it's not the MMC, we're co-hosts of that event, so we would put it on our events tab. And then all is going to give you everything. So if you just want to see absolutely everything that's going on at the Mazamas, you would go here. Now what you might notice right off the bat is these ongoing bars. What that is indicating is that something is in progress. So you can see that ski mountaineering is currently in progress. MFA is currently in progress. It's going to show the dates. It's going to allow you to click and see what's going on with that course if you're interested in doing so. We've made it this roll up so it doesn't take up a lot of space on the calendar, but if somebody's here, they can see, oh, there are things that are in progress. An actual activity, so we get to Winter Climb Leader Update, you can see is a bigger record because it's actually taking place these two dates. We're going to get, let's put a filter on. So let's just filter by climbs. We can turn that filter on, show results for a year, and we'll see all the climbs that are coming up on the calendar. You can see that I've got a dummy activity of Luthold Cooler coming up. There was just a test activity. And then a couple climb leaders scheduled climbs for the summer on the old scheduler. Like we said, we would transfer over, and we did. So you can see a few climbs that are going to be coming up. And I've set these to all have registration open on April 15th. One thing I want to draw your attention to is there are some multi-peak climbs that are coming up. I alluded to multi-peak climbs in the earlier activity scheduling video, and so I wanted you to see how this is going to look in practice. So Bill McLaughlin is leading a South Sister Broken Top climb, and so you can see that we've got parts and pieces of that appear on the calendar. This may look a little bit weird before you're used to how it works, but so if I click on Broken Top, South Sister Broken Top, South Sister Broken Top, first of all, the name is an indication that this is a multi-peak climb because I've given it the name Broken Top first, followed by South Sister Broken Top. If I click on it, it's going to tell me that it's part of a bigger activity. So I can't sign up for this activity in and of itself because it's part of a bigger activity. So it's going to tell me what activity it's a part of, and if I click on that, now I'm going to have the option to actually sign up for this activity. So it's going to tell me when registration opens, the dates, and the pricing, and the flow to walk through. Now you can see that this climb is more expensive than some of the other climbs because in the past you would have had to have somebody submit a climb card for South Sister and a climb card for Broken Top. It would have been a joint climb. But now we're just rolling it into one, so the pricing is $40 for members or $60 for non-members. So that's $20 times 2 or $30 times 2. And You'll apply just for the one climb, so there's no way somebody's going to accidentally just sign up for one part of their climb. Now you can also see that once somebody has developed a user account and signed the waiver and completed their profile, there's only one more step they need to do when they want to apply for a climb. Because registration hasn't opened yet for this climb, this apply and pay button is grayed out. As soon as that climb opens, somebody would be able to finish this by applying, entering their credit card, and then you would see them as an applicant for the climb. If we go back to calendar, you have other options for filters, so you can add a filter such as if we want to look at anything taking place on Mount Hood for the next year. Now I can see there's a Mount Hood Luthold Couloir, Mount Hood Southside climb. And once we start getting hikes in this system as well, if I could look for something like Mount Hood vicinity, and it would show me anything that is taking place within the Mount Hood vicinity, hiking wise or climbing wise for the next year. I can look just for hikes. I can look for specific leaders. It's going to give me options of leaders that I want to look for. I can look for specific groups that might have activities on the schedule. And I can also filter down by just my calendar items. And that's going to show me anything that I'm doing for the next year. This one might need a little bit of work because that's clearly not tied to my record. So we'll be looking at that bug. But that's an overview of how the calendar works. You can also subscribe to this calendar, and you can subscribe to different parts of the calendar. So if you put a filter on here where you just wanted events or you just wanted Mount Hood climbs, you could subscribe to that specifically and open it up in Google or open it up somewhere else and filter it down and have it overlay your calendar so that it could be more helpful to you in planning. That's an overview of the calendar. If you have any questions, let me know.